All right, this is the last video in my series of 8 videos where I explain the 3 things that I am not going to focus on anymore in sim racing and 3 things that I am going to focus on. So let me see if I can remember what all of these are without looking at my notes. So my very first video was kind of an introduction, okay? And then my next 3 videos were the 3 things that I am not going to focus on anymore. And the first one was iRating. I'm no longer going to be concerned about, what my iRating is, even though it's fun to keep track of along with your safety rating, but that's no longer going to be a focus. The next one that I'm never going to focus on, or I'm not going to focus on anymore, is the number of races I do. I would, set a goal for myself. I'd say I do 30 races this month or something like that. And then at the end of that 30 races, I would stop racing. I wouldn't, I reached my goal. Oh, I don't have to sim race anymore. So, focusing on that, it just wasn't productive. And the last thing I'm going to stop focusing on, now I need to look over my notes right here. Oh, is racing when I feel like it. I'm not going to focus on how I feel that day and decide whether or not I'm going to race. It's going to be more structured because in my last video, I talked about that one thing that basically has changed my mindset, and racing when I feel like it is just not going to be productive. It's not going to get me to where I want to get. And I want to learn more about this about motorsport and sim racing. But if I race when I feel like it, I'm just not going to gain that momentum. Okay, in my next 3 videos, I talked about the 3 things that I am going to focus on. And the first one is understanding the car and track combos, okay? And understanding, the corners of the tracks, the cars, the grip, how to race, how to race the car, the racecraft part. And that's all because I belong to this sim racing community where the amount of information and the way it's packaged is wonderful, and I understand it better than um, any other description of how to race. You know what anybody else has produced in the way of material on how to race, and it has really helped me tremendously. And now the second thing I'm not going to focus on is or I am going to focus on is, I gotta